Hey, it's DA Wrestling. It's Friday. Well, actually, Saturday morning. It is also night after SmackDown. We're doing a SmackDown review. Doug is not here today. Well, I'm sorry to say if you guys miss him, my apologies. He is away currently right now with some kind of a medical issue. So we're hoping that Doug is all well and fine, and he's doing well. So we're doing solo again. You just get just me again. Well, hope you like it. I know I'm not that pretty, but he's prettier than me. But anyway, uh, we're going to talk SmackDown here. We're going to talk about what happened today on SmackDown, what went on, and some interesting news as well that could also affect a certain bloodline. And we're going to talk about that bloodline right now, starting off with that. Before there was a night between Cody Rhodes and A-Town Down. We started off earlier in the night where Cody came out and started talking about Solo Sikoa and how they're going at him, and A-Town Down comes out of nowhere and decides it would be great to interrupt Cody. Started insulting Cody, saying it's all their fault, Cody's fault for everything, which leads eventually to a match. Cody wanted to fight them one-on-one, one-on-two, in the handicap match. But unfortunately, Nick Aldis decided he didn't want to do that. He thought it'd be a good idea to just, hey, I don't want the executives, the higher ups, to have a problem with you being a handicap match getting injured because you are a champ. You're a champion. So what Nick Aldis says is, go find yourself a partner. Then you're going to compete on two in a regular tag match. So that's how we left it. Match though, as Cody's walking to the ring, getting ready to go to the ring against A-Town Down, Kevin Owens shows up. Now, Kevin Owens has been out for about a week and a half now, 2 weeks. His mom is glad to say is actually in recovery. She is up and she kicked out of whatever she was going through. All the best to the Steen family, or Kevin Owens' mom, and hopefully she is doing better today as it is SmackDown. And he was there, and he said, "Want to do this?" They go to the ring. Now, before this, there was a promo cut from the Bloodline where Solo saying he just loves mysteries. He thinks mysteries are just the most amazing thing in the world. He loves to see his mystery is who is going to join Cody tonight in this match. Who will join him? Because the way Solo looks at it is that if you are with Cody, you are against the Bloodline. Basically, he's trying to single out Cody for everything. It's going to be he wants Cody to be by himself, no one there. That way, he can just take that title without a problem. Okay? So that's interesting to see how this is going to work out. Now, obviously, we know probably coming SummerSlam, a certain individual will be coming back. And it does. Well, there's Cody's backup for SummerSlam. Right. So Cody versus Cody and KO versus A-Town Down. It was a fun match. A lot of good spots. I'm really waiting for this Austin Theory and what the hell's his name? To finally break up. Because quite frankly, it's getting ridiculous, right? Basically, Austin Theory becomes the sacrificial lamb again. He gets KO'd by KO Owens, and then gets crossroad by Cody Rhodes. So Cody now and KO win the match. That's not where interesting happens, though. At the end of the match, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa come on out, and they start to it. And Cody, before they can even have a chance to, Cody jumps on both Solo and Tama Tonga, whereas Tonga Loa goes into the ring and goes right after KO. KO pulls one of those little moves by Haku, just scratches his eyes out, start going at each other. They're doing pretty well. Like they got the Bloodline down out. They're about ready to put Solo through a table, just like they did Randy Orton last week. So the Bloodline did Randy Orton last week. And I know where Jacob Fatu comes out and just rips them apart. Like an absolute rip. They call him the Samoan Werewolf for a reason. He just rips them apart. Absolutely just gets KO in the ring, just absolutely destroys him by running his ass into it 3 times. Just basically knocked him out, probably with gas in the process. I mean, He said he belt the belt so hard there's no way in hell a fart's not coming out. Ends up laying out KO. They go out to the ring, go back outside. Solo, Tamatonga, Tongaloa, put Cody through a table. KO tries to get back up, tries to fight him. Tamatonga puts a chair around KO's neck and throws him square to the post. And the show ends up ending there with Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline standing tall again. Now, we got a lot of Bloodline stuff going on right now, guys. We have Bloodline. We have Roman Reigns coming back, probably for SummerSlam. More than likely, my guess is he's going to cost Solo Sikoa the title. That's my guess right now. I'm sure Doug probably has a different guess to that, but who knows? We'll see what he has to say later on. News, though, Bloodline news, though. Where is that Hikuleo, the younger brother of Tamatonga and Tongaloa, has signed with WWE. So if any of you guys are wondering what that means, it can mean a lot of things. It could mean, is he going to join Tamatonga and Tongaloa with Solo and Jacob Fatu? Or could he be joining the original Bloodline and going with Roman Reigns? SummerSlam is only a few weeks away. We're not that far off from it. It's a possibility that Hikuleo does make his debut at SummerSlam, possibly beside Roman Reigns. Or he could be also sitting next to, he could be costing Cody the title at SummerSlam as well, too, so if Roman doesn't show up. So it'll be interesting to see what goes on here in the next little bit. But I know that Hikuleo apparently has signed today. I heard that, I believe, from Sean Ross Sapp. I'm correct. Or Wrestle Inc., one of those places. But I did see it today. So it's a possibility that Hikuleo does show up very, very soon. In other SmackDown news today, Tiffany Stratton had a match against Michin. Now, Tiffany lost this match. Now, she lost this match because Bayley came out and she cost Tiffany Stratton by attacking Nia, getting the Money in the Bank contract, and kind of holding it over Tiffany's head and causing her a distraction, leading to a Michin win, which did not sit well with Tiffany Stratton at all. Makes you wonder what's going on in this match. And now, previously in the night, Nia Jax had a one-on-one sit-down, different areas of the room, different areas of the place, though, right, for an interview. Nia basically said that she's going to take the title off Bayley. She's going to leave her destroyed just mentally. Bayley starts talking about how Nia hasn't changed in 10 years. And she references 2017. It was when Bayley was going and doing well, and all of a sudden, Nia took her out. And they brought that up. Bayley mentions too that now Nia Jax has a history of being reckless, right? Very clumsy in the ring, and Bayley referenced that in this part. Didn't seem to sit well with Nia. I know, like, fact is, I mean, that was years ago too, and Nia has improved a ton over the past year and a half, 2 years. So she's doing a hell of a lot better. So I mean, it's not the same Nia Jax that we knew before. She's not as clumsy. She's not clumsy anymore. She's more professional. So I find it interesting to see what goes on and how this is going to happen. I think one of two things are going to happen. SummerSlam's around the corner here. I think that there's a good possibility that Nia Jax wins that match and Tiffany cashes in on her, or Nia loses and Tiffany cashes in on Bayley. One of the things is going to happen. One of the other things is going to happen, or maybe nothing might happen. Tiffany might hold on to that briefcase for a year. Who knows? We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, that was a very interesting part, because I was kind of just to see where this goes with Tiffany Stratton, because my guess is she's going to have that championship at some point this year, whether it be at SummerSlam to win the title at SummerSlam, or somewhere, I think, before the year ends. I think Tiffany Stratton cashes that in, or she holds it to WrestleMania, then cashes it on somebody. we should see what's going to happen. I have no idea right now, but my guess is right now that Tiffany's going to cash in either on Bayley or Nia, but it could possibly be maybe WrestleMania. Depends on what kind of match they want to do and who's going to be holding that title. Because you look on SmackDown, I'm still waiting for a certain thing to happen, which leads me into earlier in the evening. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill will go to Nick Aldis' offices. They want to have a title match. But Chelsea Green and Piper Niven interrupt them, saying, "Oh, you're not going in there. You can't go in there yet. We want to talk in there. We want to talk about a match." Bianca really didn't like that too much. She's like, "You know what, Chelsea, why don't you just invite me in the ring tonight?" And that's a great idea. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm wondering when they're going to do this turn that we're suspecting is going to happen. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. When's that going to happen? Because what if Jade Cargill gets turned on by Bianca or vice versa, and then Jade holds that title? So I'm going to be surprised. Maybe Jade's the one that Tiffany Stratton's going to cash in on, or Bianca. Who knows? Right now, what can happen? We don't know what's going to happen right now. My guess, like something along those lines might happen. I've been waiting on this, but anyway, Belair beat Chelsea Green tonight with a reverse roll up. So Chelsea rolled her up to win, and Bianca reversed it and won that way, which led to Isla Dawn and Alba Fire coming out. They came out and started laughing at them, saying, "Yeah, we're champions. You want to tell us we hold all the keys? We're all the keys. We're all this. Where we make decisions." They said next week they're going to get a chance to see those titles really closely. Probably my guess is going to be a tag match somewhere. But Fire and Dawn also did say though that we'll see if you get yourself a title match. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with that? I think the best person point of view is keep the titles on Isla Dawn, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Keep them on them and do that turn. I personally think it needs to be Bianca Belair to turn, not Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill, we've seen do heel work before. We saw her in AEW. Yes, I know AEW is not WWE. I understand that completely. But why not have Bianca Belair? Belair hasn't been a heel since NXT. She's pretty much been a face her entire time in the main roster. So why don't we just do it, Bianca Belair heel turn, and see where that goes? Because in the meantime, then too, if you have a really good heel Bianca Belair, people don't like Bianca Belair, you can easily have Stratton cash in on her and turn Stratton face. Right? As far as Stratton goes, though, too, what are you going to have her do? People ask, well, what are you going to have her do? Well, I mean, they may mention the Trish Stratus stuff. Now, Trish, that stuff wasn't even going to mention this week, really. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. It's a possibility if that does happen. My guess is probably Survivor Series, maybe Berlin, possibly. We'll see what goes on with that. Andrade, Carmelo Hayes. First match in the card tonight, guys. Carmelo Hayes lost to Andrade. I'm trying to figure out right now what they're trying to do with Carmelo and Andrade. I like Andrade. I think he's a really great wrestler. I loved his work at NXT. It was great work at NXT. When he first came in, not that much. It wasn't that great, but his work he did when he turned heel with Selena Vega was really good. So I'm wondering what they're going to do with that. That's possible what they're going to do there. As far as Carmelo goes, it's kind of been start go a little bit with him. He's having good matches, but he's not exactly almost like he's not getting over. It's almost like people were saying that he was ready for main roster. Maybe he wasn't, or maybe it's just not the right thing right now, or it's just one of those slow burns. We'll see over time what happens with that, but I really do hope they do something with Andrade. I think if you put him in the U.S. title picture, I think that's a good spot for him right now. Through the U.S. title, that match got signed for SummerSlam. Logan Paul versus LA Knight. It came out to a contract signing, not your typical contract signing. There was no tables, no sit down. LA Knight already signed the one contract. Always already had the contract signed. Paul didn't sign the contract. Paul comes out. First thing he says is Omaha, because they were in Omaha, Nebraska this week. Why should I give LA Knight a title shot? And LA Knight just starts going off on talking about a year ago how you came in, in a little bit of time, I assaulted you, just ripped the hell out of you. At that time, you won the U.S. title, right? He talks about how he pinned him to qualify for Money in the Bank. Logan Paul just starts ripping on LA Knight, saying how he's basically a Rock ripoff. Called him Sons of Anarchy kind of rip off too, and kind of silliness. But at the end of it, LA Knight is getting what he wants. He gets Logan Paul to sign that title. And then Logan Paul starts going to the back and turns around, goes right after LA Knight. LA Knight, they start brawling a little bit. LA Knight nearly hits him with a blunt force trauma. He gets out of the way. And that's the end of that. So we have LA Knight at SummerSlam versus Logan Paul. And don't be surprised if LA Knight wins his first title in the WWE. Don't be very surprised at all, because he is probably going to win that thing without even question. He's probably going to win that. And he's going to do it in Cleveland in front of Logan Paul's, I guess, his hometown, even though it says he was originally born in Puerto Rico but raised in Cleveland. So technically it is his hometown. Other than that, Smackdown. Yeah, that was great. It was a good show. Just building more on storyline, build more towards SummerSlam. Our matches for SummerSlam right now look to be our now Cody Rhodes versus Solo. We have Logan Paul versus LA Knight. We're having Nia Jax versus Bayley. We have Damian Priest versus Gunther. We're probably going to have Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker 2. Possibly a triple threat, though, with Ilya Dragunov. The card's looking really good. It's looking like a really excellent, fun SummerSlam card, which we haven't had. Well, the past couple under Triple H have been pretty good, let's be honest. Right? Every event since Triple H took over has been a lot better. Right? You might also, with that SummerSlam though too, we probably have the possible debut of Hikuleo. Like I said, he did sign today. We may have, God hoping, the return of Roman Reigns. Possibly some kind of reveal as well. Maybe even The Rock, possibly. There was talk that The Rock was going to come back for SummerSlam. Obviously, he's not going to be in a wrestling capacity. He did hurt himself, but it's possible he could still be there in some kind of capacity. Plus, you're also getting Drew McIntyre, more than likely, versus CM Punk, with, as rumor has it, might go Seth Rollins technically maybe as the special guest referee for that match. So we don't know what that is going to be, but right now you're looking at about 6-7 matches on the card. It means you're pretty much good. You may have the tag titles on the line there with DIY and possibly Finn Balor on. You almost forgot Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for that title as well. So SummerSlam is shaping up to be a really good card. So I think maybe it should be a lot of fun. Maybe we're going to see a lot of exciting things happen at SummerSlam. Maybe it might be the best SummerSlam ever. Who knows? We'll have to find out. It is a few weeks away. Looking forward to it. That was Smackdown, everybody. It was, like I said, it was a good show. It was exciting for the most part. Really built towards SummerSlam. It really showed a lot more how dominant the bloodline is. They're really pushing this newer bloodline to be more dominant than the original bloodline. At least more, maybe not more dominant, but more violent for sure. And it's really just to see where Solo Sikoa has come since he debuted at a few years ago at Clash of the Castle, helping Roman Reigns win. He really has come a long way. And the way they treated Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa and Jacob Fatu so far has just been mind-blowing. they've done so well with these guys too, and it shows that they've put a lot of faith in these guys, and these guys are performing very well, and it shows how great they really are. And their time in New Japan showed them a lot, taught them a lot, and really prepared them for what WWE is. So, all in all, guys, it's a great show. If you like the content, make sure you like, share, subscribe down below. It's a small click for you guys, but a big click for us here at DA. And if you like the video, more videos, like to check out one of the videos down below here. Seriously, it's a really good one. I don't know which one's going to be. Take a look. Enjoy it. Have a good night, everybody.